Okay, all right, go back here. All right, so here's future value. We're are going to compound this um, the $700 at 10% interest for 3 years. Our, as the book calls it, our opportunity cost rate is 10%. So what we'll multiply this by $700, or uh, we'll multiply $700 by 1 plus the interest rate, or 1.1, 3 times. So if I can get this, there we go. All right. So $700 times 1 plus 0.1 to the third power. It would also give you $931.70. We're going to work through it on your calculator. We're going to use the cash flow function. One of the things I always do on the calculator, I always work from left to right. First one is N, so in this case N is 3. So 3 and hit the N key. Then IY is 10, so it's 10 and hit the IY key. PV is the 700. Since we're investing money, that's a negative. Anytime money's coming out of your pocket, it's a negative. If you're receiving it, it's a positive. And then payment here, there aren't any payments involved, so payment's 0. And we use the compute key that's in the upper left-hand corner, and we future value, and you should get $931.70. We'll go back through this in future slides. So this is the formula we just applied. So future value is is equal to the present value. In this case, that's $700 multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate. In this case, it's 10%, and N is 3 for 3 periods, and that was our $931. I think it was 70 cents. I forget. But that's one of the ways that we've seen 2 of 4 ways to solve these problems. So first is to use a cash flow timeline. Second is to use an equation. That is our the equation is the future value is equal to the present value. Whoops, PV is 1 plus R to the N. Use a calculator. That's our N, I, Y, PV, payment, and FB. Those are the 5 keys that are they are the third row down on your calculator. And finally, use a spreadsheet. We will not be using spreadsheets. The book does talk about spreadsheets. I encourage you to learn how to use spreadsheets. I wish we had more courses offering that dealt with spreadsheets, but we currently do not. So a timeline solution. So we take our $700 and multiply it by 1 plus the interest rate. It grows to $770 after 1 year. That multiply that by 1.1, grows to $847. After 2 years, we multiply that by 1.1, and then it grows to $931.70 after 3 years. The formula, as I worked before, present value, in this case it's our $700, multiplied by 1 plus the interest rate. 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1 for 3 years. So that's $700 multiplied by 1.331. So that gives us our $931.70. Then our calculator. So we 3 years, so 3N, 10%, 10 IY, negative 700, and then 0 for our payment. So we're computing our future value. So on the calculator, it's compute FV, and you should get $931.70. The Excel solution is next. I'm going to skip through that, but if I encourage you to learn how to do it in Excel. Excel is a very valuable tool. If you have the opportunity to get any sort of Excel certifications, they are very highly coveted by employers. So, future value of an annuity. So the future value of an annuity an annuity is a series of payments of equal amounts over some specified interval. So we have two types here. We have ordinary, which means, or deferred, which means the payments are at the end of each period. Annuity due means the payments are at the beginning of each period. The vast majority of calculations will be that we'll do will be ordinary annuities, which is the default for your calculator. So we will see some examples where we do change payments to the beginning of period, but again, you want to leave your calculator in the default mode so that and only switch over when necessary. So, all right. This is a ordinary annuity, $400 at 5%. So the we'd have this means an annuity means we're going to receive $400 every year for 3 years. So with an ordinary annuity, that means we're receiving the payments at the end of the year. So this $400 is going to grow for 2 years. So it's at 5%. So 400 times 1.05 squared for the 2 years. Then the next one is going to grow at $400. $400 at 5% is going to grow for 1 year, and then the third one is not going to earn any interest at all. So we add those three numbers up, and we get the $1,261 for the future value of annuity. The equation begins to get a little bit uglier, but in this case, if we were to do it, it would be 400 multiplied by 1 plus 0.05 to the third minus 1 divided by 0.05. This is why we have a financial calculator. So this is the equation solution. So as I drew up on the previous page, that we take our $400, and this should be a decimal here, multiply by 1.05 to the third power, and that divided by subtract 1, divide by 0.05, and we get $1,261. The calculator example, this is very simple on our calculator. We've got 3 payments of $400, so it's 3N. Our interest rate's 5%, so 5 IY. In this case, unlike before, we're going to use the payment key. That payment key tells us that this cash flow occurs every period. So our present value is 0. So when we compute future value, and so again, just like before, compute FV. So compute the key on the upper left-hand corner of your calculator.